So some way this guy at the higher level is a much more proficient person. So maybe I need to wait.
Yeah,
Get myself together. Like, what would you advise to like kick people in the butt to say, let's get.
I mean, so part of it is like very project dependent, right? I mean, because you could, if you are building like a big tech thing, like, good luck, but also, but also, I think that you would do different stuff there versus like, I'm starting a clothing brand or whatever.
Right.
But I think across the board, you said something where that you might convince yourself like, oh, I can't. Mm-hmm. That was a really interesting internal narrative that I had for a long time.
Right.
And just as a writer, I think about like most things in stories. But so we have internal stories, right, where we tell ourselves a certain thing all the time, right? Like, I'm totally worth it. I'm the best.
Right.
You can have that narrative, great narrative.
Right.
But most of us don't have that one. It's hard to maintain that one. that one gets beat up a lot. So when I was growing up, like I grew up with like very little money, and so poverty tells an amazing I can't story to you.
Right.
And then you internalize that I can't story. And so I had that like living for a really long time. And so what changed is I started telling myself an I can story, right? But the reason why I believed the can story was because I just tried small things and succeeded. Right? So like I did a thing, brought it all the way to completion, whether or not it was like the best thing. I mean, it was not the best thing. Like most of my early projects were bad, like just straight up bad.
Right.
But I let myself be bad for a little while just so I could complete something.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, I can. Like I actually can do it.
Right.
And then I did like another thing, and then I did another thing. Then I failed at 4 things, and then I did one more thing.
Right.
And then when I started Feast with my co-founder, that was one that really popped off. And then it was success because like we had articles written about it, so that kind of success feels better.
Yeah.
But I did small stuff, and then it reinforced the I can story, is my point.
Right.
So I would see, I live in the world of trying to get wins like every day. So like this is like a win. Like me sitting up here chatting with like 10 of you that are actually listening. This is awesome. This is a win for me. Like this is a great way to spend a Sunday afternoon.
Right.
So I try to live on this stuff. So if you're starting a business, and if you're like, trying to either say like market yourself or like trying to push that new product out or like whatever else it is, like what could you do today to get a win? A win could be like a Facebook like, a win could be like, I don't know, sending that one email that you've been putting off because like it'll be really painful to write because you don't know how to say it all. And like, I mean, I have 4 of those emails that I need to like go write right now. But like, I mean, it's just, it seems like a lot. It's more painful to think about it than it is to actually do it.
Right.
But like, what could you do to win right now? And sometimes there's a really interesting win that I don't think we practice enough, which is just praising others. I get online all the time under like the Feast, like Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and like any of my other projects, and I will just go find people who are like doing stuff I like and say that.
Yeah.
I will just say like, yo, your thing is on point.
Right.
Good on you.
Right.
And people like that, like praise is fun, but also it starts to build an interaction, right? Because the other thing I was going to say, so go get wins, tell yourself an I can story. But then the other thing I was going to say is like build a team around you of people that like are encouraging.
Yeah.
And by praising others who are doing stuff you like that is in the same sphere of things that you mess with, you start to build an interaction with them that then create a small community and a small network that enables you to take things further or possibly have a mentor.
Okay, real quick, just 4-alarm siren. For those who are parked on 3rd Street, if you're parked on 3rd Street, make sure you move your car because there's conversations with the folks that do things to cars that are improperly parked that are being had, and I don't want anybody to go outside and be like, oh my God, where's my vehicle? So please, if you're parked on 3rd Street, make sure you get your situation moved to Decatur or 4th Street, which are all viable areas to have the street babysit your vehicle. Check. Yes.
Word.
Yes. My apologies.
No, it's all good. Yeah, so that's all I would say. I would say try to tell yourself an I can story. Try to get wins every day. And think about wins, both big and small, right? The win could be like, I need to make the thing.
Right.
You know, that's the eventual win. But what's the small thing you can do today to get there? So is it send the email? Is it like, you know, whatever?
Right.
You know, have that phone call with your teammate who you need to fire because they're not like pulling their weight anymore and you finally need to cut the cord.
Right.
Do that. Because that'll feel like a win. And then praise others is the third thing.
Dope. Well, man, I appreciate, you taking your afternoon and coming to kick it with us. What are the ways in which individuals that are here, because remember, even though we got a couple folks in front, we got folks that are on our side walking around. What are ways in which that people can get in contact? We see you got the Facebook up. What are some, follow-up if they want to get in contact with Josh?
So if you have an idea for a project, or you already have a project and you need to like push it forward, or there's some goal you need to achieve and you need some cash to achieve that goal, definitely reach out to Feast RVA. You can find us at feastrva.com, and then there's a little light bulb button to submit an idea. So share your idea with us, and then we'll review it and let you know if we can put you on the ballot for one of our events. So feastrva.com, and then find us on Facebook at Feast RVA or facebook.com/Feast RVA. And this is probably the place. Facebook is probably the place where we have the most interaction. Like we share the most, we talk about stuff the most. So that's a good place to engage with us. If you ever want to volunteer at one of our events just to see what it's about and get a free meal and vote on an idea, free sweat equity. But reach out to us there for sure. And then you can find me. You can tweet at me, or you can, which is Josh Epperson, Josh_Epperson. You can just Google me, you can find me somewhere. But yeah, definitely reach out. And if you have if you just want to chat about I have an idea, would it be good for Feast, or how can I think about this? I'm here for a little bit longer, so reach out, give me a card, give me a name. Yeah.
Word. Y'all give it up for Josh Epperson. Peace out, VA. All right, our next motion is going to be a workshop on